Hello and welcome to Ready Bet Action. Coming at you on a Friday today. I know it's a little off the schedule we had initially promised, but we're pretty excited to be back in a slow sports season with a few picks anyways. You know, nothing too crazy going on. Didn't start off the NBA Finals picks the way I would have hoped with the Mavs getting beat down last night. But, you know, you live and you learn. It's a long series. We got a ways to go and a lot of picks to go. So,
yeah.
Dave, how are you feeling?
I feel great, man. It's good to be back. I am so excited for the Euros. This time next week, Germany will have already played Scotland. We'll have started the Euros. It's crazy. I'm very excited. I've been doing a ton of research. I'm ready to record tomorrow the Euro episode. So that's going to be awesome. I'm really excited for it. I've got some great plays for that, but also it's just going to be so much fun soccer. Like, yeah, it's not the World Cup, so I know for people in North America, it's not quite as exciting. But you think about the players and the teams that are going to be represented, like France, England, Germany, Portugal. Like, these are some of the best countries in the entire world. Then, of course, the Netherlands are super fun. Belgium have such an exciting team. Yeah, it's going to be awesome. Italy are the defending champs, and they're easy to forget about because they haven't qualified for the last two World Cups. But they're the reigning champs of the Euros. So much fun, and we get to see it all happen in this expanded out to 24 teams Euros. So definitely going to want to check out the show, but definitely watch the games. It's going to be fun to live bet on those ones too, in the middle of like a lunch and learn on a Wednesday.
I was going to say, some of us have to work. Okay.
Some of us being us. Damn it.
That's us. I will be watching as much as I can, but
yeah,
probably there.
No, I mean, there's been friendlies the last couple of days leading into the Euros. And the Netherlands played, and I wanted to watch it, so I recorded it, and I just stayed off social media all day, got home, and watched it. So that was awesome. I'll probably do a lot of that, but it's hard to catch up on 3 or 4 games when you get home, you know. So,
well, we'll also have some. We'll talk about Copa America too, which, you know, maybe we'll hook some U.S. soccer fans in.
Yeah, that starts the following week. So yeah,
US
it's going to be jam packed.
U.S. is going to be missing some big players, so we'll see how we do at that tournament. Dest is out, unfortunately. Sergino Dest. I think who else was out? Was it it's not Pulisic. We're missing someone else that's like a big name, and it's a bummer that it is going into this summer. I think it's Weah. And honestly, like, it's fine. Like, I think that the US is still building with this young talent. It'd be cool to see them show up really big, but missing Dest hurts a lot. So
yeah, I mean, he played for PSV this year, which is my club. Obviously, they won the Eredivisie, but the dude is fast going forward. He's a liability defensively at times.
I'm talking about his international play and in CONCACAF, and in particular against Copa America, he is amazing.
Yeah, I worry about him, like with South American teams being present, you know, like going up against some of their speed is. But anyway, he's not there.
Well, guess what? You don't have to worry about him because he's not playing.
Sure
so there's no worrying about him.
It's true. It's true.
All right, let's dive into these picks. I have a couple for us. I can start us off, or you want to start us off with the NHL? We don't talk about the NHL a lot. Why don't you give us your NHL pick, and I will talk about NBA Game 2.
We're going to go to the Game 1 in the NHL Finals, which take place Saturday. So plenty of time to get this bet in. We're going to take the home team on the money line, Panthers. It's at minus 142. I'm surprised it's not juiced more. I think the fact that the Oilers are finally here, McJesus has finally brought Edmonton to the Stanley Cup Finals. I think that public money, that public perception is really pushing this number the opposite direction. So we're going to play the opposite side of it. We're going to go against McJesus and go with the Panthers team that they beat the Oilers twice already this year. They're 2-0 against them. I think they are a better team. They have a lot more Stanley Cup experience. And in hockey, that kind of stuff actually does matter. being there before is a big deal. They have the better defense. They have the much better goaltending. So we're just going to take the Panthers on the money line, minus 142. I feel good about this one.
I just want to see Miami fans be miserable. But yeah, Panthers could very possibly are going to win this game.
Why do you hate Miami?
Have you ever met and dealt with Miami fans?
Well, just wait 20 minutes and they won't be a fan anymore.
It has nothing to do with their teams. It has everything to do with them.
But seriously, have you ever met someone that's like still a Miami Heat fan or still a Hurricane fan? Like, no.
Yeah,
when the fad drops out, they're gone. You don't have to worry about it.
Which is fair.
I'm also a Marlins fan, dude. I take this personally.
I'll be cheering for the Oilers and Canada to win their first Stanley Cup in 30 years. Would be pretty cool, but I don't know if it's going to happen. I'll be cheering for it though.
Yeah,
that's
not with your money. You won't. Not in game one. Game one,
I won't be betting on it.
Panthers.
I will be cheering for it. Let's talk about the other big event happening this weekend. Game 2 of the NBA Finals. The Mavs kind of got stomped. They came back and hung around a little bit though.
Correction. What? You can get rid of the word kinda in there. They just got stomped.
They brought it back to within 7 in the third quarter and then let it go again. I think they showed enough for me to take them +7 against the Celtics in game 2. I don't think that happens again. I think the Celtics did everything right. The Mavs looked like they were happy to be there. It's kind of their welcome to the finals game. So I think 7 is just too big of a number. Kyrie and Luka are too good to let that happen in back-to-back games. Celtics could win. I just think that it's going to be a much closer game if they do. And then I'm going to double down on my Kyrie. It's not really a double down. It's a Kyrie over 22.5. I have Kyrie as one of our picks going over 25 for the series, averaging 25. And for this game, that means he'll need to score better than his 12 points that he scored last night. If my bet's going to hit, that means he needs to do much better than 22.5 points. I'm going to need him to score probably in the 30s to get back on track for my original prediction. So I could totally see that happening. When the whole stadium boos you and is booing you as you're dribbling the ball the entire game, that tends to fuel you a little bit. And the next game, I think Celtics fans might have some regrets. They're going to have regrets at some point in this series booing Kyrie every time he has the ball. The man can put up 40 points pretty easily, even though he didn't do it the other night. So we'll see. They just kind of the Celtics took it out of him early, and I think if it's a close game, then Kyrie's going to keep putting up a lot of points. So
what are your thoughts? If this ends up being a blowout again, do they take Kyrie out, or does he stay in and just keep getting opportunities to score?
They're probably more likely to take Luka out because of injuries. So Kyrie will keep getting it, and I just don't know if he'll have the drive to want to score a lot. That's what happened last night. He just didn't really like. You're getting blown out. You're not like being super aggressive.
As a casual NBA fan, Nuggets fan for sure, but casual to the NBA, I get nervous backing two underdogs in that are kind of so if they're correlated. So going with the Mavs +7 and then also taking one of their players to go over on points just makes me nervous because I'm rooting for two underdog bets. But if you're saying they're not correlated, the Mavs could lose by 8 and Kyrie will still get his. It makes me a little bit more. Well, I don't know if that's obvious. If it's a blowout,
you can lose by. You could like the Mavs could lose by 10, and Kyrie scored 40. Like that's very common in the NBA. Like that's just a thing that happens all the time. So you can keep your skepticism. I think it's the finals. I think it's gonna be hard for the Celtics to go and like sweep and just stomp all over the Mavs. And I think the 7 is an overreaction. Then Kyrie is going to bounce back against his old team. He has a lot of he heard a lot of racist Boston comments thrown at him all over the court. Like, Eric, how do you know that? Because they're Boston fans. That's how I know that. And I'm telling you that like he will be fired up because he heard a lot of stuff last night on the court. And I don't need this doesn't have to be a data driven. Although my last pick was data driven, this one's not. I think Kyrie's going to come out and just have a huge game. I would put most of my money on the Kyrie bet more than the other bet.
And I wasn't saying you were wrong. I was asking you to just explain it to me because I am a casual NBA guy. I don't really dive into it much. But yeah, I could see. I think too, like the human element. I think we often, as data people or stats driven people, can forget. But it's such a huge part of it. You know, like in the finals against your team after that performance, yeah, he's gonna want to show up for sure.
Well, there's no other sport where he can have the ball in his hands as a point guard. You can't do that in baseball. You get 4 at bats.
Right.
You don't get to choose if the quarterback throws to you or if they double team you all game as a wide receiver. Like, you don't get to choose that. In the NBA, you can say, give me the fucking – sorry, I'm swearing in front of my children. You can say, give me the ball, and I'm going to go score 40
Do you not
points.
swear in front of your children?
I do, but I was going to try to make this a non-explicit podcast, and we blew it. That's it.
We got so close too.
I know. Speaking of podcasts, this is getting long for a three hole picks. We will do a quick rundown, but before we do, don't forget to follow us on TikTok, Instagram, X, and wherever you get your podcasts. We're always out there, typically doing Mondays and Thursdays here in the slower season, but as we get closer, we'll have more content for you. Watch out for Euro Cup. Euro Cup, is that the technical term for it? I'm going to call it that. Euro tournament picks and all those things from Stefan coming out here this week. And let's go ahead and run it down. Steph, why don't you start with the NHL?
We're going to take the Panthers on the money line at -142. Game 1 of the Stanley Cup.
Awesome. And I have 2 NBA picks. Give me the Mavs +7 to bounce back a little bit against the Celtics at least. And give me Kyrie to score over 22.5 points in a bit of a revenge game. Game 2 on Sunday. But that is it. Thank you, everyone, for joining, and we will talk to you later.